bored.
You said it.
Beat again. There's got to be something we can do.
Well, what can we do? We don't got any money and can't go out anywhere.
Well, we could always play a multiplayer game.
We got an idea. Let's play a board game.
Board games? I love board games.
You know, I think we got a couple still at the house. Let me go look.
So, what are we going to play?
Oh, I know. Clue.
I love Clue.
That'll work.
Hi, welcome to Table Topography, where board game geeks review their favorite board games. My name is Brandon Burgess. I'm here with two of my friends,
Kurt Yoder.
And Ben Ladner.
Okay, to start off, I'm going to let Kurt talk about some things that you may not know about the Clue board game.
Clue, or Cluedo as it was originally known in the United Kingdom, was created in 1949 by Anthony E. Pratt, a part-time clerk and clown. For 59 years, the game went pretty much unchanged until 2008 when the game went under a drastic redesign.
Clue is a game where you try to solve a murder between 6 suspects: Colonel Mustard, Reverend Green, Miss Peacock, Professor Plum, Miss Scarlet, and Miss White. Along the way, you'll have 3 clue decks. You'll have your character deck, your weapons deck, and your rooms deck.
Each deck is shuffled, and a single card is taken from each deck to be put into the confidential file. Just make sure that you're hiding this, as this is the case file. However, be very careful on how you plan on hiding the deck.
Sometimes accidents can happen.
Hey!
Sorry, I thought it was a card.
Either way, put the cards into the confidential file and place them on the board.
After that, take each one of the weapon tokens and place them in a separate room. Doesn't really matter which.
You'll then take the rest of the clue cards and divide them amongst the players. Use these to your advantage to find out who, or who may not, be the killer, the weapon they used, and what room they did it in.
You said did it.
Then you can begin taking turns rolling dice. And head into each room where you're going to make a suggestion which each of the players are going to try and disprove, based on the cards that each player was dealt at the beginning of the game.
This turn pattern continues clockwise until one of the players feels that they have deduced who the killer was, what the weapon used was, and in which room the killing happened.
Then you can go and make an accusation. This is where the player chooses a character and a murder weapon and says they committed the crime in the room you stand in. If you believe you have solved the game, you are allowed to look at the confidential file. If you're right, you win. If you're wrong, you're out of the game.
Okay, since we basically taught you how to play the game, each one of us is going to give our final thoughts based on how we feel about the game.
Hi, I'm Kurt, and those are my final thoughts on the game. Clue's definitely a classic, and it's held up over the years, spinning off many variations, including Twilight Zone, Dungeons & Dragons, Harry Potter. Even The Simpsons have their own version of the Clue game. In 2008, the game was drastically redesigned. The characters were given new names, new occupations, and the game was given a more modern feel. Even the rooms on the board were changed, and a new deck of cards was added as well. I haven't gotten to play this version yet, but to me it just seems that it was pointless to destroy what was already a perfect game. If you've never gotten a chance to play this classic game before, I suggest trying to find the 2002 edition. The redesigns were very well done and kept true to the classic feel of the game.
Hello, this is Ben, and these are my final thoughts on the game. Despite there being only one small thing that I have any problem with, being that the dice sometimes falls you short of a door, Clue is beyond a doubt one of my top favorite board games of all time.
Hi, this is Brandon, and I'm going to sing the praises of Clue from the rooftops. I'm going to be blunt in saying the fact that Clue is probably the reason why I'm into board games as bad as I am now. It has everything that makes it deep, yet incredibly easy to learn. It's got characters that people remember, even though they've only played Clue once or twice. It's pretty much one of the best designed board games ever, barring Monopoly. Honestly, if you're watching this and you haven't played Clue, you might want to turn off the video and go buy it. You can usually find it at your local thrift store or your local Walmart or Target or some store like that that sells a lot of board games. It's usually about $10 to $15. It's one of the cheapest starter board games you can get. And honestly, it's one of the best for your family or your friends. Despite being a game about murder, it's not technically that graphic, so you really don't have that much to worry about, so it is kid-friendly. Okay, well, honestly, that's about all we can say on the subject. So goodbye from Brandon,
Ben,
And Kurt.
Well, that's it, and thanks for watching the first episode of
Table Topography.
the show for board game geeks. I win!
Italian man out of me! Oh, come, Miss Scarlet. I shot the mightiest rhino in all of Africa on my last expedition. It would be of great importance to you and for me if you were to accompany me to the theater tonight.
No, Miss Scarlet, you should go with me. I'm studious and well-learned and well-traveled.
Rump, I don't care about either one of yous.
I'm a reverend.
Oh, shun the believer! Shun the believer!
So, now how about that trip to the theater?
With me!
No, with me.
With me! With me! With me!